Mic check.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
We're rolling.
Welcome back to the FlagBeast Podcast.
Hello.
We're back. Hey, well, we getting love in these streets.
Would you guess that we're back?
We getting love in these streets, my boy.
It was a good week. It was a good week.
A good week one. But you know how we start the show. How was your flag week?
It was good, man. It was good. As a team, we played really well.
Yes,
that
sir.
Heat was definitely
Brutal.
it was like a whole nother third
That
team
Heat
to
almost
play
took
against.
you out, boy.
Yeah, for those of you that saw me, you knew I was struggling health-wise. I pushed through, but it was not easy at all. But we came away 2-1.
We'll get to that. We'll get to
yeah.
that. We'll get to that.
We will get to that, but
My
it was
week
good. How was your
I
flag
won me
week?
a little championship in 𝙃𝘼𝙍𝙍. So I'm on the board for June. I got
How many months is that now?
5 out of 6.
5 out of 6.
I didn't
What
get
month did
nothing
you
last
miss?
month.
It was last month.
I
Yeah.
didn't get
Well,
nothing last month.
May was kind of
Slow flag month.
it was a chilling month, to be quite honest. So
and then I got co-ed player of the week, open of the week.
Yeah.
On Father's Day.
Yeah,
Boy,
it feels
I'm
good.
out here.
Feels
All that
good.
off-season work has been working. I'm coming.
yeah, that was
I'm
good.
coming.
Bro, we played well, but we will get to that in the recap.
But
Hope everybody
the
had a good
recap.
flag week,
So-
had a good weekend.
For all those who say, y'all don't know what y'all talking about, y'all picks be off.
Let me look at the
I feel like we did pretty good first week, sir.
let me,
I feel like we did pretty good this week. I want to recount, by the way. Could you send me a text message? I wasn't really too cool
okay.
with.
So
What's my number,
there
sir?
were 42 games
42
in
games.
week 1.
Yes, sir.
You came away, Mr. Hubert B. Flaggin,
Hubert B. Flagging.
came away with a record of 27-15.
Okay. I can respect.
So-
Respectable.
Yes, very respectable. Myself, I came away with a record of 31-11. So we had a difference of 4 games.
Those 4 games, I'm telling you what. I know where they came from. I picked against the Fighting Tones, the Outlaws. I picked against the Outlaws. So I apologize.
Mm-hmm.
You got the better of me. Or you didn't get the better of me. You got the better of the teams that you played. However, I did bet against you guys. So I do apologize.
You gotta keep that in the bag now for future
I gotta
picks.
keep it in the future.
And
reference,
there were some of the picks that I have, because I mean, still 15 wrong picks and 11 wrong picks. That's still too many. It's still too many. We're trying to get it. I guess the goal would be is below 10, and then I'm
feel
pushing.
like
I want less than 5. That's like my
less than 5.
less than 5. I'm trying to be in the because
tough.
if we're talking percentages, my man,
That's tough.
70. I got a 74%.
That's a
and
C.
you had a
That's passing.
64%. So we
That's a
both
D.
still passed. But
I can't bring those type of grades home to my mama though.
you feel what I'm saying? So we're trying to up those percentages. But hey, we are still passing class.
We are.
For all
We're
you
still passing.
teachers, for
We're
all you
still passing
teachers out
Supreme
here.
Class. So just a quick look at the scoreboard. What are some games that stand out to you that kind of
Man.
maybe shocked you this week?
So Chaos, the first one, Chaos beating Xiaomi.
They beat 'em?
Yes.
Where is that at? Let's
That was
see.
the one loss that.
They beat them by 2.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I wasn't able to watch that game
Okay.
because where was that at? Chaos Xiaomi. Oh yeah, I was dying in the tent. I wasn't even playing. You were playing, but yeah, I was dying under the tent. So
Okay.
I was not able to spectate or record the games like I wanted to because, like I said, my health was a priority. I was out there struggling.
Got you.
So yeah, that was the first one that really stuck out to me.
Okay.
And then of course, I'm sure yours, might not have been a surprise to you because you predicted it, but maybe go ahead and
the Dynasty Rubicon's game?
Yeah.
I knew that. I saw that coming from a mile
that was
away.
I think that was a
I
surprise
seen that coming from a
to
mile
a lot of people
away.
that I was talking about. Yeah.
I seen it coming from a mile away.
So then what was your surprise
but
game?
While I was out there, I watched that game. And Rubicon's had a very stern message to, I would probably say, the rest of the league, I guess the rest of the 35 and up people. This is just regular season. They lost a game or 2 games last season and they still came away with the belt. So this is just regular season. So this really means nothing to them other than just seeding.
Mm-hmm.
So come see them in the playoffs. That
was their message.
We have a segment later called Questions, Comments, Concerns, Issues, and Complaints. Well, we'll read some things people have been saying about each other. Well, not really each other, but just teams,
just to put some respect on the name.
Yeah, put some respect on people's name. But
your surprise game of the week.
I don't think it's not really a surprise game. It's a surprise team, and I didn't think they were going to do as good as in the women's division. Make your move.
See, now me, I predicted make your move.
So I predicted them doing well. I believe. However, they did really well. Like if you look at the scores, 32-0 against Women Ball 2, 18-6 against Lady High 5. Their first morning game, kind of a wake up call against Queens of Havoc. It was a real slow game.
Yeah, that was surprising to me.
But as they went through the day, you could tell they got stronger, and it was like these girls are here to play.
Were you able to watch the Mayhem Queens of Havoc game? No, we were playing Florida versus everybody.
Yeah,
because I don't. Z was there. I know she pulled up. I don't know if she was there for that game, and if she was there,
I think she was there for everything.
Then shouts out to Queens of Havoc holding Mayhem to 6 points as well.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So going to what we spoke on with them last week,
two teams that know each other.
Yeah, and what I was speaking on last week is like if Queens can get the offense going, then.
Yeah,
you know,
and they have some new pieces. They have some pieces
exactly, which
teams.
means chemistry has to come into play. Time comes into play. You know, so no, it was very, very surprising some of these scores, but yeah, I had make your move. I went with them against Mayhem.
Went, what, 3-1?
Yeah, they lost. They lost to Mayhem.
3-1 on
which,
the day. Okay,
like I said, was no. It was no cop-out. Remember, I said if their quarterbacks were there, then, it kind of sways the decision, but I still stuck with make your move.
Yeah.
So, shouts out Mayhem, taking care of business. Good job. So, your surprise game then, that was your surprise team overall.
I don't think I really have a surprise game per se, because obviously, like, our game, well, I played 6 games. I played 6 games, so I didn't get to watch everybody play. But...
So what game were you disappointed in then? I guess where you just like, dang, you thought that maybe it was gonna be a blowout and it was closer than it is, or closer than you thought it would be.
Let's look at some of these scores. So, some of the ones that stand out to me.
The Outlaws limited edition being 19-13. And then limited edition losing 25-0 to Onsite.
I think so. If you look at Onsite schedule, Onsite played at what time did they play?
Their first game was
what time did they play
at the bottom? 11:40. They played limited edition.
They played limited edition.
The last game of the day. So how many games did limited have?
But they played Outlaws at 11:40. So for Onsite to lose 25-0 to the Outlaws, right, at 11:40. Collect their thoughts up until 1 o'clock and then turn around and beat limited edition. What is it, 25-0 also?
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken. We got
22-6.
22-6.
So they picked themselves back up.
Yeah.
They didn't let that ruin their day. So, I can kind of
those were
respectable.
Those that kind of stuff.
And it was in the heat of the day.
Those kinds of games come up to like I think probably one turnover or something like that. And those kind of scores. The 22-6, you take a touchdown away. If it was a pick six, you exchange touchdowns. It would be 12-18 or 12-16. Right. You know what I mean? So at the very least, once again, I wish I was able to get a little more context on the games, but that sun was it was something different. It was something different. Yeah, some really really solid games. A confusing game to me in co-ed was who was it? It was 4K. It was Cam and them. They lost to Run It Again, I think it was. Yeah. They lost 15-6 to Run It Again and then turned around and beat 5 Stars 25-14.
5 Stars is
Zayon and them, right? But that's what I'm saying. But then if you look at, I think 5 Stars beat Run It Again they beat Team Titus. I didn't get to see who Team Titus was.
Neither did I. We'll look out for you.
We have to keep. We got to look out for them so we can kind of see what they were dealing with. So yeah, 5 Stars had Team Titus. They had 4K, so they had those 2 games. So I guess it was just it was surprising to me because I guess 5 Stars I thought were going to beat Run It Again.
Okay.
Or would be able to beat a team like that. You know what I'm saying? So for 4K to lose to,
it was a very up and down day.
You know what I'm saying? So that shows how good it is, like in the middle of the pack right now, because we had a really close game. I mean, no.
Oh, that's what we were talking. That's what we mentioned off air. Shocking, not necessarily shocking game, but the game that kind of like hey, they're closer than what they really are. Rubicons and ATA played twice.
Yes, they did.
One game they lost by a touchdown. Mm-hmm. Another game they lost by 1 point.
Well, in the game that
and then they lost to Dynasty by 25.
Yeah, true.
So it was a very up and down day for them.
But that's
also.
probably I mean, it's confusing. It wasn't the last game of the day because Rubicon's ATA and the one possession game was the last game of the day. The one possession game was when ATA was up 2 scores, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, they were okay.
They were up 2 scores, yeah, and they fought back.
Okay.
So, like, the interesting games, honestly, like, the fact that we predicted these ones, like, well, you know, with the accuracy we did, it was crazy for how close some of them were and, like, given the environment once again as well, because those late games, once it was 11:40, you know, those 12:20 games at 1 o'clock.
Look, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I went into it thinking it was gonna rain by like 10 o'clock.
I thought it was going to be raining. I thought it was going to be raining.
Started
the whole day. Like, I thought we were gonna wake up to mud. I was like, yeah, we have to bring the tent. Like, I'm glad we did still, but like, I was preparing for like
a monsoon.
Yeah, straight up rain. To be honest with you, but
it happens.
Really solid weeks. For us, shouts out to Hips and Dips. They got the better of us. You know, that was a good game. Kurt was at quarterback. That was a different look for us. We had never played against Kurt at quarterback.
You did pretty well.
Mm-hmm. They had 2 bombs. Angie had a nice bomb over the middle right before halftime.
Yeah.
And then
Thule.
Yep, Thule bomb up the middle. And it was just 2 plays that you know, changed the game, and that's how those games go.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So shouts out to them. Shouts out Florida versus everybody. We got the better of them in the game of the week, but that game once again, as we wanted it to be, was
tight.
Was top notch. It came down to the last drive. It was, you know, no mistakes could really happen, or else the game would have been blown out of proportion one way or another. So. It was just, yeah, man, top to bottom, solid week of flag. Solid overall opening week for Supreme.
Overall good week. But, you know, on to
week 2 now?
Week 2. On to week 2. But quick shout out to the other players of the week. I believe 𝙃𝘼𝙍𝙍 got it for men's from Outlaws. E got it for 35 and up for Dynasty. I got it for co-ed.
Yep.
I believe 1 or 2 individuals from Shot Again got it. I don't know their names off.
We'll have to go back.
We can circle back to that.
We'll circle back and when we scroll.
And I'm not quite sure. I think the women's player of the week came from Make Your Move. Team Make Your Move.
Yeah, so we definitely got to go and give them their shouts out. That's something else we need to mark in our notes.
But here. We're on to week 2.
So we are doing it a little different this time.
Yeah, we're gonna
go by format, right?
We're gonna go by format. So first format up, we have 4-man. We have 4-man. Bad Blood, B3. So I believe.
So right here on the side of the schedule, I'll just put my name and your name.
So
that way we have it. You know what I mean?
Bad Blood versus B3. Well, 4-man games of the day. Bad Blood, B3. B3 versus Straw Hats. If I'm not mistaken, that's the game of the week. So
B3 Straw Hats, yes, and 4-man.
Okay. They play twice.
Or wait,
actually.
yeah. They do play. Twice. It's the second game that is going to be the game of the week.
B3 Straw Hats, B3 Shot Again, B3 Straw Hats. A lot of B3 and 4-man this week.
Yep, B3 has 4 games out of the 5.
Straw Hats. So those are your 4-man games of the week. So, excuse me. Bad Blood versus B3. Bad Blood from the crib. So
yeah, I'm going with Bad Blood here. I mean, you know, I like B3 as a team. They're very sound.
I'm gonna go with Bad Blood.
Yeah, but Bad Blood. For those of you who don't know who they are, you know,
find out this weekend if you're there.
Yeah, find out this weekend if they play to the potential that I know them for. You got to bring your A game. So I'm taking Bad Blood there.
Take Bad Blood.
So I will just circle Bad Blood.
So we have B3 and Straw Hats the first time. I think Straw Hats takes it. Actually, you know what?
Straw Hats hasn't played this season yet, have they?
I think Straw Hats takes both games, truthfully.
I'm going to go with...
I think they take both games. But we'll get to the second game later because that's...
I'm going to go with B3 in the first game.
Okay. So I take Straw in the first game.
So that kind of foreshadows my next pick. Okay. So B3 Shada. I have Shada Gang.
I take Shot Again also.
Yeah. Any particular reasons, or is it just for the known?
It's athleticism.
Yeah, this is a great team. Big fan of Shot Again.
Game of the weeks. We'll do Game of the Weeks at the end because we have to get to
we are skipping Game of the Weeks.
Other people's picks for our challenge that we've set before people. And then our other game, Bad Blood versus Straw Hats.
That's going to be a good one.
I'm going to take Straw. I think Straw Hats has a good day. I think they have a day.
You know, this is a record-defining pick right here between, like, how we do on the week here. So, but I am going to go Bad Blood.
Okay.
Here. So.
I say Straw Hats in that 12-20 matchup.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Okay.
Yeah, we going Bad Blood.
All right.
And then you're going Straw.
Yes, we are. Okay. So next division up, we have
what? We have five co-ed.
Five co-ed.
Yeah, 5 co-ed. Okay, yeah.
All right. So we have Florida versus everybody 5 stars. Florida versus everybody FBM Royals. FBM Royals 5 stars.
FBM run it again.
Florida versus everybody 4K. Mayhem run it again. FBM Royals 4K. And then the game of the week at the end of the day is going to be FBM Royals versus Mayhem.
Yep, we got them all right there.
9 a.m.
So Florida versus everybody versus 5 star.
Florida versus everybody.
That's what I'm going to take too. I think it's going to be a game where 5 star may let it get away from them in the first half, and then they pick up, they catch stride in the second half.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so, come the second half of the season, 5 star is going to be a team that, you will have to have some. Not that you shouldn't have respect for them now, but you will know how they run stuff, and they'll have some respect gained from their play. Halfway through the season, or
Right. So I'll take Florida versus everybody.
Yeah, but I will be taking Florida versus everybody there as well.
Florida versus everybody versus FBM. I believe that was maybe a playoff game last season, if I'm not mistaken. Or maybe I'm wrong.
I'm not sure. It should have been a playoff game last season.
I don't know. Maybe it was on opposite sides of the bracket. But I'm gonna take based off of what FBM roster looked like last season, I'm gonna take FBM.
I'm going to take FBM as well.
Okay.
This one is a really tough one. Now, the only thing that's making this difficult for me right here, right, is that it'll be FBM's first game, right? Okay. So you can always chalk it up to, shake the cobwebs off, whatever. I don't necessarily know how much they've been playing together since, the tournaments.
Right.
Because they played together in tournaments, at Jason's tournaments. So, the girls obviously been playing together, but it's just far as that whole tandem of people together.
What you doing?
I'm going with FBM.
Okay.
But I'm just saying that what
it might be closer than
what makes me hesitant to doing that is like I would not be surprised if Florida versus everybody were to win this game and like say if FBM just looks flat or whatever the case may be. Like I wouldn't be surprised. Oh, bam, caught you. Caught it.
Game time. But I'm gonna take Royals.
Yep. But like I said, as I was saying, I wouldn't be surprised if that were to happen because
right.
If everybody kind of laid low in May, like on the tournament play and all that, then. But I'm going FBM.
I take FBM in the next matchup too against 5 stars.
We're gonna have them having a day then, huh?
And then I also take FBM against Run It Again.
I agree with both of those statements.
Florida versus everybody in 4K.
Now, this is 4K's first game of the day.
Yes.
So, they have, games from this first week under their belt.
I will say this. If it's the same team, if it's the same 4K from last week, they lose.
You think they got to make some moves and make some decisions already?
I'm not gonna say that they
make some decisions.
But I think they were missing some people last week.
What?
I want to say.
Or that could be true. I don't know what they have
on their roster.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know exactly what it is they're planning or if that was
everybody though.
I agree. I'm taking Florida versus everybody, but I do believe that once their roles are more filled out, and everything. Once again, after this week, you would assume things would gel. So
that's
regardless
a tough early schedule for 4K. I'm not.
Oh yeah, that hands down.
Because they play FBM later in the day. They play Florida versus everybody. They played us. I'm not sure who they played. Who else they played last week?
They played 5 star.
5 star last week.
We just looked at. They played 5 star last week, and I know their other game was pretty difficult. Oh, Run It Again. They lost to Run It Again. So
a very tough early schedule. That could put them in a very bad position in playoffs early.
But then again, you know, that you want to play.
Battle tested early.
Yeah, 100%. You know, because assuming Mayhem would still be on their schedule, I think I saw a what team?
Yeah, that was no matter what who played in playoffs.
Yeah, but I think I don't know if there was a name. I saw a team that had another like what pun in there or something like that. So
okay. But yeah, Florida versus everybody versus 4K.
We're on Mayhem. Run It Again. That is the next 5 co-ed game.
I'll take Mayhem.
I'm going to take Mayhem there. Chris has been taking some time off. He's been in the lab.
I think this is his only format he's playing.
Yeah, he's only playing
only
co-ed.
dedicated to co-ed.
Yep. And so, you know, he's been
something
putting in work.
changes. I don't know.
We'll see. I expect him to pick up where he left off though, as far as
they are the
with
reigning
Mayhem.
champs.
Yep. So we're going with Mayhem there. We have FBM versus 4K.
FBM. Yep.
Man, we have a lot of agreeances here.
Co-ed, yep. And then our game of the day, we're
going to be saving that for the end for those of you that are involved in the bracket challenge for the Fruit Bowl.
Okay.
So now the next one, we have 5 women's.
So you have 4 games. You got Florida Bish, Riptide.
Florida.
Oh, Florida. My fault. Florida Bish versus Riptide twice. They play at 11:40 and they play at 1 o'clock.
Riptide. Do you have any info on Riptide?
I do not.
I feel like I feel like there's something in my head that like
I think that's,
sparks when I hear Riptide.
I think that's, if I'm not mistaken, I want to say they played at Bradenton, but they played under a different name, and I want to say, I don't know. Maybe she plays for them, maybe she doesn't. But she left a comment saying that she's coming Kindle. So
okay.
Maybe that's her team.
We'll see.
I'm not sure.
Yes, sis, I need the insider info. What? I mean, come on, you slacking.
Then you have Florida bish.
Florida versus the Queens of Havoc.
Wait,
who are you going with in the first game? You going with Florida?
I am. Yes, sir.
That is,
one of the games are game of the week. So I'm going with Florida. So I'm going with Florida.
And then
Queens of Havoc
versus Florida Bish.
I'm gonna take Florida Bish.
Who's on that team? Do you know? You have insider info?
Oh, that's Dolly in there. That's
okay.
Dolly.
So.
Dolly, Tracy.
That's what I thought.
King K.
Yeah.
I don't know who else, but they got some killers on that team. I know that for a fact.
Go ahead and circle that.
Some killers on that team.
Go ahead and circle that. That's exactly who I thought it was.
To give Queens of Havoc credit, because I'm gonna give credit where credit is due. Queens of Havoc played 2 games last week. They let up 12 points. So, for what the offense can't do, the defense is giving the offense an opportunity to do.
Which is all they need for them to catch some strides.
So, hey, just think about it. And then 140, you got Women Ball 2 versus Queens of Havoc.
That's going to be a good game, I think, this week.
I think Queens of Havoc get that. Women Ball 2, I seen a young lady. She had maybe 3 picks. I want to say
on Women Ball 2,
Lady High Five on Women Ball 2. So she's a baller. She's definitely a baller.
That's a tough one for me.
I'm gonna take Queens of Havoc in that. I think they get their first win of the season in that game.
Give me 10 seconds.
Study long, study wrong. Wax on, wax off.
We've been agreeing too much here. I'm gonna go with Women Ball 2.
Okay.
We haven't had a disagreement in a whole format. I think because, like I said, I believe that's gonna be a good game this week.
Okay. So yeah, I'll take Queens of Havoc in that game.
And then sorry, Queens. I love you guys.
The women's game of the week at the end.
Yep. So we have 35 and up.
So 35 and up.
The first game we cannot discuss. That is game of the week.
Dynasty Outlaws, and you have Outlaws versus Blood Riders, Outlaws versus Core.
Blood Riders being
the
35 and up of Bad Blood, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Outlaws versus Core. Core is a new team, or maybe their old team with new faces or old faces.
Oh,
with new names.
Where's Sparky team with the that B was on 35 and up?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe they disbanded.
It's got my brain, bro. Who is the name? I need it.
I don't know. Lightning McQueens.
Bro, this is literally, man. This
but
high voltage.
High voltage, yeah. Outlaws
so
versus
easy.
𝙏𝑗𝙃𝙀𝙀. New team, maybe, I don't know. ATA versus Outlaws, Blood Riders versus 𝙏𝑗𝙃𝙀𝙀, Blood Riders versus ATA.
This is a good schedule right here.
We're not going to discuss the Dynasty Outlaws game until the end. Outlaws versus Blood Riders. If we take the momentum of the Outlaws from last week and we apply it to this week,
this game is going to be,
I'm going to say,
good. I feel like. You think?
I'm going to take the Outlaws. I'm going to take them. I'm going to take the Outlaws.
We're doubling down on that because I went 5-0 last week going with the Outlaws. So
going with the Outlaws. That's what I'm gonna do.
I like Outlaws here. That's man.
And they're gonna be warmed up from their first game at 9:00, which was game of the week. So they're gonna be juiced up,
regardless of the outcome.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're Outlaws here. So then we have Outlaws versus 𝙏𝑗𝙃𝙀𝙀.
Outlaws.
Yep.
I don't know 𝙏𝑗𝙃𝙀𝙀, so I can't.
I was about to say.
Yeah, I can't knock you, but I can't give you credit right yet. Outlaws versus ATA, 35 and up. ATA played very well last week, but I'm gonna go with Outlaws. I'm gonna go with Outlaws
until they let me down.
I'm gonna go with Outlaws.
Because I felt like I said, when you were like, oh, you have Outlaws going undefeated, I felt crazy because I didn't realize it at first. I was just calling it as, the games came up. I was just calling it as I see it. And then, I had to double down. I was like, you know what? I do have Outlaws going undefeated. You know what I mean? So I'm going
to go Outlaws.
I'm going to stick with it. ATA. Yeah, you learned something, huh?
Blood Riders versus 𝙏. We'll go Blood Riders on that one.
Agreed.
Or I'll go Blood Riders.
Agreed.
And then Blood Riders versus ATA. I'm going to go Blood Riders.
I'm going Blood Riders there, too. Okay. That's a boring format for us. A lot of agreeances. We'll talk about the
game of the week.
The game of the week, 35 and up.
Later.
That's going to be, that's a good game there. So good choice there.
Men's.
This is a long list.
Yeah, so we'll just go 2 at a time. Game Over versus Limited Edition. I'm gonna go limited edition.
I'm going Game Over.
Okay.
That's cool. Gonna be a good game.
That's cool.
I like it.
Okay.
That's a good game.
Limited edition. Put it down.
Lock it in.
Put it on wax. FWB, which stands for Fundamental White Boys, also known as the Fighting Jack Haleys. Formerly known as the Ducks. I found this out because they played in Bradenton.
Yeah?
Yeah, and Jack had a team. He had some fundamental white boys. That's why he was
making those comments. He was like, not bad for a bunch of white boys or something like that.
He had some very fundamental white boys.
I see why they're
playing high stakes.
I was wondering why everyone was making those comments, and that's why. That's funny because, of course, I was like, friends with benefits. I was like, that makes no sense with flag football. That's the only acronym I could think of for FWB, bro. And then that's why I had that reaction because I was like, wow, I couldn't possibly think of what else it could have been.
Okay.
But against high stakes, that's going to be a good game.
That's if high stakes shows up.
That's if
early in the season, high stakes, like, they never.
They're on the schedule, bro. They're showing up.
They're on the schedule. It'd be weeks where they just don't never show up.
I'm taking FWB.
I'm going to take FWB, though. I'm going to take FWB.
Taking FWB.
So 940, Straw Hats Don't Blink, Game Over, High Stakes, FWB Limited Edition. I think those are some pretty straightforward games, would you say? At least in my opinion.
I'm sorry, I was stuck on the FWB High Stakes game. Run that by me again.
So 940, Straw Hats Don't Blink, Game Over, High Stakes, FWB Limited Edition. I have Straw High Stakes.
Straw High. Yep, Straw High FWB.
All right.
And then ATA versus Don't Blink. That is going to be a better.
And then ATA.
Don't Blink. You guys got to step up, man. The scores, of course, I didn't pick you guys to win much, but the scores.
I think they were missing their quarterback last week.
Oh, that makes sense. I think. But out of context, I don't know if you had your quarterback or not. But still, either way, the defense, you guys got there's a lot of points. I saw. It looked like.
Yeah, we put it on.
There's a lot of points. So even if you didn't have your quarterback or either way, defense, y'all got to hold it down,
So
it's difficult, you know what I'm saying? Y'all didn't have the easiest schedule either, but It's not really. People can say, "Oh, easy schedule," but that's not really how Supreme is built. That's not really how Supreme is built. Everybody is good.
You play who is in front of you.
It's just some teams are a lot better than just good.
So yeah, in that matchup, so 10-20 ATA Don't Blink, 10-20 Bad Blood FWB. I'm taking.
Ooh, no, hold on. We're taking ATA. We got to talk about the next one, the Bad Blood FWB. That's a talker right there.
I'm taking.
You're taking ATA, right? Yes. So Bad Blood FWB. That's going to be a good game then.
I'm still going to take FWB. I'm taking FWB. Personally.
You saw who was on the team too. This is the thing is
I seen a couple people. I didn't see everybody.
Yeah, see, honestly, no. This is where you
wanted insider trader information.
Yeah, and then now
it's hurting you.
Yeah, it's hurting.
Yeah,
me. So
journalism background's kicking in now. I did my research, sir. I got to get you back for last week, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I was hurt when you. My percentage was really low, bro. That's crazy.
Well, hey, when I did the math and did the percentages, I was like, what the hell?
Crazy to me.
I was like a C.
But yeah, FWB. Make a choice. Stand firm with your decision. I know you want to say Bad Blood. I know you do.
I'm gonna go Bad Blood.
Exactly. Difference of opinion. That's gonna hurt you later. That's gonna be one of those games, sir. That's gonna hurt you later.
I'm up enough games. I guess I can. Jump off the cliff, on something.
FWB,
here.
Cool.
Great game.
11 o'clock, we have no men's games. 11:40, we have one men's game. FWB versus On Site. FWB. Then 12:20, you have ATA versus
Anarchy.
Yeah. And then 𝙃𝙃𝙀𝙀 versus Orlando.
So
I'm gonna go Anarchy in that game. Gonna go Anarchy.
I'm going ATA.
Okay. 𝙃𝙃𝙀𝙀 versus 𝙒. 𝙃𝙃𝙀𝙀𝙀.
So, I was supposed to keep the statistic of how Orlando did at the end of the season. How do you remember how they did at the end of last season?
I think they were like a 500 team, maybe 6-4.
So it's consistent once again with what we were speaking on the last time we talked with them. Yeah. This will be once again. I think they had the same matchup when I made this comment last season.
I think that this was a playoff game, if I'm not mistaken.
But when I made this comment mid-season last season,
right.
I think the same exact matchup is like this is a big game for y'all. Y'all have
at least they didn't play last week, so this is their first week out there. 𝙃𝙃𝙀𝙀 played last week, but 𝙒 didn't
that makes it tough. That makes it a lot tougher. I'm going with 𝙃𝙃𝙀𝙀, but
okay.
We know 𝙒 is the type of team they have athletes. They have the athletes, which is a lot of people's problems, right?
Right.
Is they don't have the athletes. Well, 𝙒 has the athletes. So once again, same as last season when I spoke to y'all, it's just about playing to your potential on a consistent level because we know your ceiling's high, but your floor is also low.
So 𝙃𝙃𝙀𝙀?
Yeah, I'm going 𝙃𝙃𝙀𝙀 there.
All right, bet. 1 o'clock on the dot. Bad Blood ATA, Straw Hats FWB, Anarchy versus 𝙒.
So Bad Blood ATA.
I take Bad Blood.
Yeah, I'm taking Bad Blood there too.
Straw Hats versus FWB.
Now that game is going to be good as well.
I'm taking
FWB.
And I'm going to take Straw Hats. I'm going to take the Straw Hats, sir.
Good schedule here, though. I like this schedule.
Straw Hats.
We're really going to know.
The hats of straw.
But just thinking of the diversity and, skill, a lot of good teams are playing good teams and then playing other good teams.
Yeah.
So we're going to have a real good perspective on, where a lot of these teams, how they can play and where they stand. Not, 1 week doesn't mean, that's where you stand. But, it's going to show, man, can you play a full day schedule against top teams and is it going to fluctuate throughout the day?
Yeah.
Especially if it's like it was last week with the Sun. I really wish you got to be my eyes because I will be in Boston this weekend. So I will
definitely be there. I don't have any games, so I'll be there.
Perfect. So yeah, I need the scoop, pen and notepad. Hey, just be on the games. Look down. Don't say a word to nobody. They drop a pass and just write some notes down when they look at you.
Yep. So yeah, I got Straw Hats. Straw Hats.
We got Detective Hubert on scene this weekend.
Straw Hats.
But I'm going FWB.
All right, cool. And then Anarchy versus 𝙒. I think 𝙒 takes that. I think Shada Gang opens their eyes, and Orlando handles business at 1 o'clock, the very next game.
I'm really going to pick. Oh, man. All right, 10 seconds. I'm going Anarchy.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going Anarchy. I was gonna pick against Anarchy. Or I was gonna pick 𝙒𝙃. But then I was like, man, I was gonna pick against Anarchy twice. I was like, man, I don't know if I can bet against Out twice.
That's your choice? You standing for a minute? Man. Like you shaking.
Oh no, I'm not shaking.
Oh, you are.
Oh no.
You don't wanna I can tell you don't want to pick them. I can see it.
I'm going Anarchy.
Okay, cool. You do what you got to do, brother. 140 on site versus ATA, and then our 5-man game of the day, Straw Hats versus Bad Blood.
I'm taking ATA.
I'm gonna take on site.
A lot of difference of opinion in the men's.
And boom, we have our.
That is our
games
schedule right there. So
pending the games of the week. So.
Now we have the Fruit Bowl Challenge.
Fruit Bowl Challenge.
Game of the weeks.
Yeah, we go to our little post that we made.
Oh yeah, hold on. Let me.
So yeah, we made a post, or I made a post about our games of the week. And we're gonna start doing FlagBeast 5 for 5, not Wendy's 5 for 5, but a FlagBeast 5 for 5. Sir, what are you doing?
I thought I had a back tab, but
so yeah, we'll do our FlagBeast 5 for 5. Or actually, before we get to this, let's go to our players of the week from last week.
Yeah, because we can't forget. We gotta give the shouts out.
Let's give love where love
Bada
is.
bing, bada boom.
Love is needed.
Shouts out to E.
Yes, I don't think everybody got a picture though. So if you could.
Scroll
down.
I think this was the first one because then it got to the non-weekly stuff. Oh, we're not in the most recent.
Yeah.
I hate that they do that, bro.
Latest updates.
New post. Oh yeah, shouts out Alejandro. Got game film on the YouTube channel. Go peep game. Scobo, and you see the updates with the logos. Come on now, you see it. Quality. Go tap in.
Looking at this, Riptide may actually be some of the girls from Kaiser. Because I know Kaiser's mascot is Seahawks.
Yeah, that's actually
that might be what that is.
Yeah, that's actually not a bad thought.
But I'll be there to check, just to double check on things.
She should have let me know. I'm mad at you, sis. All right, let's keep going.
Scroll down, go down.
Scroll. There's our post. Scroll. Shouts out to Nicole with the picks. Y'all seen it up there. Greg got some great picks too. That's the schedule. All right, once again, shouts out 𝙃𝙃𝙀𝙀 and up, player of the week.
I think it's one more down.
Yeah, I know, but we just, Oh, yeah, that was the O.
Oh, yeah, I know it was one more down.
Oh, I think it's one more down. Y'all know what he was trying to see. Shouts out to my dude, Hubert.
You
see him now?
Flagging.
Hold on.
Jay.
Yeah, you see the hat, though?
Boy, yeah, big FlagBeast. All season I'm in pink, by the way. Just let y'all know that. All season I'm in.
Not his first right here either. Not Hubert's first, not E's first, and not Jay Brown's first. He's racked up some player of the weeks as well.
Definitely has.
Baller. Great guy. You see the smile. He's always got that smile on. I tell you what. Good dude right there.
Do we have it? Oh, there we go.
There we go. Yeah, yep. Oh, yeah, here's the whole list right here.
All right, so 35 and up, Mr. E, as we seen. Jay was men's. Josh Mazal.
That's
play for B3.
I was about to say that's B3.
B3. Myself, Miss Woodard, and Miss S. Bindola. I don't know if you guys play for the same team, but congratulations to both of you guys. And then Diego.
Get your pictures.
Diego Sama.
Oh, yeah.
Shada.
Oh, yeah, he was going crazy?
I heard about it.
Shouts out Diego.
Yes. So.
Great artist, too, if you guys have not seen his artwork. Great artist.
So, for those who did win, I believe you get to visit Mr. Alejandro at his tent, his table.
You see, he's got T-shirts
this upcoming week to retrieve your, your T-shirt for
jersey sets.
So, yeah.
Video.
But as we were mentioning before, If you scroll back up, my good man. We have a FlagBeast 5 for 5, right? It's for a fruit bowl. Not Wendy's 5 for 5, FlagBeast 5 for 5. So the challenge
is it 5 for 5? We're not giving away 5 things. Just we're not. Fake advertising right there. It's not 5 things.
So boom. So FlagBeast Pod Picks Challenge. So 5 picks on 5 game. Winner gets the fruit bowl courtesy of the Pod Boys. We will pay for that.
So now is this like an ordinary bowl, or is this like
from my inside sources? This will not be no ordinary.
It's no ordinary bowl. Oh, okay. So this is not something that you can just go up and like buy or like This
is a good chunk of fruit in this bowl. So as we said, our games: Bad Blood versus Straw Hats.
Pick up the notepad here.
Florida Bish versus Riptide. Mayhem. Florida, my fault. Mayhem versus FBM Royals, Outlaws versus Dynasty, and B3 Bets versus Straw Hats.
So we went right down the line here the same way you wrote them down?
Maybe.
You did
not necessarily.
But we will go in that order because that's how people probably responded in the comments and whatnot.
We'll make our picks, then we'll go to the comments picks, right? So, Bad Blood versus Straw Hats. To give some perspective on that, right? I got a comment, right, in my inbox. I sent it to you, right, from one Mr. Joe Singleton, right? And it says, them boys don't want they fruit cup betting against us. You do with the information with what you want to do with the information.
Burn.
I told Mr. Singleton, because he's from the crib, right? He has my vote of confidence. So that's who I'm going with in this matchup. Bad Blood versus Straw Hats. I have Bad Blood coming out on top. Because this is our tiebreaker game, providing a score, I'm going to give a score of, we're going to say 27-21.
27-21. I'm going to be taking Bad Blood with a score of 21-19.
21-19? Okay.
21-19 is my score.
All right. Women's game. Florida Bish versus Riptide. So they played earlier in the day or later in the day or whatever game you want to count as the game of the week. All right, which one? I'm still going to take Florida, right, in that matchup. So I don't think anything changes in that matchup.
Agreed.
Okay.
I would be going with Florida Bish as well.
Okay.
And then, so what will be, just for the game of the week purposes, we will give scores for each one. So then what kind of score will you be predicting here?
I think that's a blowout. I'm not going to lie.
You think it's going to be a blowout?
I think it's a 20-point blowout. From inside sources, right? They have Tracy, Dolly, King K or King Keisha, some of the girls I know played with Savage Shock.
Oh yeah, because is Savage Shock back?
They're not.
Oh, that's
Amber. I believe maybe Shonay's playing with them.
Okay.
They have a lot of talent on that team.
So
what's our quarterback who got hurt in CA's league? Tasha. I think Tasha is their quarterback. Yeah. So maybe I'm wrong, but they have a lot. They are loaded.
I thought she was done playing.
No, but she had hurt her hand.
I know.
Yeah, but
I know, but I thought she was. I thought she was done.
I don't know. Maybe my sources are wrong.
You know, what I said when it happened. I was like, I called bull. I would love to see her come back and play. So
maybe my sources are wrong.
So I don't know. I
still think it's a blowout.
I hope that's true.
I still think it's a blowout. However, if Riptide is what we were thinking they are, because we have some of the girls right here, right?
Yep.
If Riptide is who we think they are, and they are in fact some girls from Kaiser, because I think the Seahawks is the Kaiser's mascot. That may actually be a good game because they play with each other on like a very consistent basis in college or wherever they play at. So that may actually be, but I'm still gonna take.
I'm going with Florida Bish, 1913.
1913. Okay, I'll give you a we'll say 26-20. Or 26-6, my fault.
26-6. God, yeah, you did say God.
26-6. That's what I was saying. Boom. Mayhem versus FBN Royal. So this right here. This game here. This is a rematch of the playoffs.
This game here is
so this is a rematch
spicy.
This is a rematch of the playoff game that got Mayhem to the championship to win.
Which was a close. Didn't that come down to the wire?
This came down to the wire. And B, this is also, I believe, a rematch of. It was a week where I want to say it was a tournament weekend, and Martin, who is the quarterback of FBM, showed up. They beat Mayhem, and then left and went to a 7-man tournament. And it was like pretty handily beat them. It wasn't like
I think I was at that 7-man tournament too, because they had to go play with Spartans or something like that.
Maybe so.
Yeah.
But it was a pretty handled like victory. So this is kind of like a back and forth kind of series that's building and brewing. I'm gonna take the champs.
You're going Mayhem?
Yep, I'm gonna go Mayhem. Because this is co-ed, obviously some points count more than others. I'm gonna go with a score of we're gonna say 30-30. We'll say 30-20. So basically one girl score and an extra point. 30-20.
I'm going to go Mayhem as well.
Okay.
But my score will be let's do I'm thinking like a 21-28.
Okay. Remember it's co-ed, so
yeah.
Okay. So 21-28?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Thinking 2 girl scores with extra points mixed in for FBM, and then Mayhem, could be a combination of 3 girl scores, 1 1-pointer.
Okay.
So what was your score once again for that?
30-20.
Okay.
Outlaws versus Dynasty.
Now this game here,
I'm gonna ride. I know I picked Outlaws majority of the day. This is the one time I'm gonna pick against them. I'm gonna pick Dynasty.
You took the surprise. I'm actually going to be going with Dynasty as well.
I'll pick Dynasty. We're gonna go.
I lied early in the podcast. It was a setup.
Gotcha. Dip move. We'll go with a score of. We'll go with a score. We'll go with a score of 21-12.
Yeah, I'm going Dynasty. You said 21-12.
Yeah, 21-12.
I'm going
scores, extra points.
I'm going with a score of 13-12.
Okay.
Close nail biter.
Okay.
And then we nail biter because it is the first game of the day, correct?
Yeah.
So I do believe there will be some rust involved. A little bit of getting the sleep out your eyes, eye crust out. Okay. But 13-12 is what I'm calling. And then B3 bets and straw hats, yeah?
B3 and straw hats.
So the first game that they played, we had a split here. I have B3 over straw hats.
And I believe I took straw hats, right?
You took straw hats, yes.
And I'm taking straw hats again.
I will be taking straw hats in the game of the week.
Okay.
I believe that after B3 gets the best of straw hats in the first game, that they will bounce back, and in the big game, they will come away with the win. And I'm going to be going with a score of 24-21.
24-21?
Or no, 23-21.
Okay. I'll go 27-19. 27-19. A little less people on the field, a little more room to run, a little higher of a score. So 27-19.
Yeah, it is a 4-man. So yeah, we'll see if we we'll see if we get within a score there.
All right. So to the people who are, choosing the picks this week,
which we had a lot in your inbox too. So the couple that we had commenting, see, it's a little off. Crooked mouse.
Okay. So, Mr. Greg Darnell, right? Greg, photo Greg, has Straw Hats winning 21-14. Okay. He has Riptide beating Florida.
Oh, okay. He knows something. He must know something we don't.
Okay.
Okay, Greg.
FBM over Mayhem.
Okay, Greg.
Outlaws.
That one, see, and he said that one's tough. I agree.
Outlaws over
the Dynasty.
And he has B3 beating Straw and fours. Okay. He has Straw Hats beating Bad Blood, Riptide beating Florida, FBM beating Mayhem, Outlaws beating Dynasty, and B3 beating Straw Hats. Okay, great.
I like it.
Okay.
Then we got Dan.
Dan from 501 First Down.
Oh, Ming.
501 First Downs, co-ed quarterback, and then I believe he plays quarterback for the men's team also. So Straw Hats over Bad Blood.
He's got 21-19.
21-19. Okay. Riptide. What do these people know about Riptide that we don't know? Riptide over Florida. Mayhem over FBM. Dynasty over Outlaws. And then Straw Hats beating B3. Okay. We have Gordo, Bad Blood. So this is our first vote for Bad Blood.
Oh, yeah.
And fives. Bad Blood over Straw Hats.
Mm-hmm.
Riptide over Florida. FBM over Mayhem.
Or Mayhem over, or no, he has FBM over.
Over
sorry,
Mayhem. Dynasty over Outlaws. And then Straw Hats over B3. And then
Gotcha.
Mr. Brandon, we have Straw Hats over Bad Blood.
Florida over Riptide.
FBM over Mayhem. Dynasty over
Outlaws.
And then Straw Hats over B3.
I'm liking it.
This is some interesting picks.
Did Brandon end up sending you the score as well?
Yeah, he put it in there. I believe he put like 27-12.
27-12. Okay, we'll see. Yeah, Kendall, we'll see how good our picks are. I think, we did pretty good. Bird, waiting on your bracket whenever.
So, I feel like this will be a very interesting week, too.
Oh, most definitely.
Very interesting week, too. But, yeah, so, like I said, right, I want to introduce a new segment, I'll ask every week, for your questions, comments, concerns, issues, and or complaints.
Oh, true.
And this week, on this episode of What Are Your Concerns and Your Complaints, right? So my question to everybody was, are there any positive words you ladies or gentlemen would like to pass along to your opponents for the week? Please drop them here so we can mention them on the podcast. As I mentioned before, Mr. Singleton said, you are crazy if you're picking against us, because clearly you don't want a fruit bowl. So for all of those who don't want a fruit bowl, pick against Bad Blood. However, these are the comments of this week.
I can watch this over and over.
Miss Reigning 𝙃𝘼𝙎𝙍 of the women's division said, this is how she's coming. I'm not sure if she knows this is a non-contact sport.
Not in her world.
This is a non-contact. And anybody who knows Nicole,
not in her world.
It's the ball, the flag, and then the ground. But in her case, it's the ground, the flag, then the ball. So,
and you on the ground.
Yeah, it's tough luck. Comment number 2, Mr. Farrell of the Fighting ATAs. Bring your floaties. And yes, we're still playing.
Tone does not cancel.
I'm thinking he's
for all
referring
you
to
new
the
teams.
weather.
All you new teams.
We got good grass. It won't be a swampland.
We will not cancel.
So, bring your floaties, people. Mr. Joe Singleton, another comment. Hopefully, we will be able to compete and not get ran out of Supreme. So, fellas, please take it easy on us. And proper response from Mr. Haley himself, Mr. Fundamental White Boys. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. Kendall. Big K coming into Supreme World this weekend.
So I wonder who she will be playing with. Because, she could be playing with Florida Bish. You never know.
Possibly.
I know she has connections. She has connections to those people.
And she's in school, so she knows the...
That's what I'm saying. So I wouldn't be surprised if she was on either team.
Okay.
I guess it's best I don't know.
Maybe
no,
so.
I should know.
Mr. Haley says from Bravo, they're all idiots.
Not us though.
They're all idiots.
He's talking about. I guess.
And then also he said, as I responded, I said I will mention this as I mentioned it now. His response to me was, if they got a problem with it, tell them to come find me Sunday. I'll be the one talking shit in the end zone.
You heard it here first. In the end zone.
In the end zone. Not outside. Shit. Not on the sideline.
I mean, it'd be on the sideline too, probably when he's not playing, talking
probably
shit.
So,
but
in the end zone, predominantly in the end zone, he'll be talking shit. Yeah.
I think that about wraps it up, bro. Let's get one last little look at the bing bing bong little schedule here.
It's a wrap.
It's somewhere. Here we go. This is what we got coming up for week 2.
So make sure you get there on time for your game.
Bring your floaties.
Bring your floaties. Women's. I don't think Nicole plays this week, but be prepared to be dirty and on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
For those who are playing FWB, that would be limited edition, high stakes, bad blood, on site, and straw hats. It's a party in the end zone. And your party host is Jack Haley.
Word on the street.
Word on the street.
Make sure you get on the guest list.
Yep.
But
invite only.
And the most important news of the entire pod is that I will be taking another victory.
That's a lot.
In this.
That's how we're gonna end this.
In this pick round.
All right.
So I will be the undisputed, undeniable supreme
You got me
picking
week
champion.
1. I will give you that. You got me week 1 because you rode with Outlaws took you to glory. Okay. We have a lot of similar picks, so it may be closer this week.
But the games we differed on were big games.
They are.
So,
and by the way, this week I want to implement it this week on live on the podcast. For our game of the week picks, those are double points. Those are double points, sir.
Double points.
Double points.
We're gonna have to review this with the committee. We'll get back to you guys on that note. This seems like a ploy for those at the bottom to catch up to those at the top.
Wow.
So we will review that with the congressional board
of FlagBeast. Also, so let's make this announcement now. Starting next week, we would love to have a guest picker.
Oh, yes.
To pick our games.
To pick the games of the week.
So whether you want to submit it, video submit it.
However you want to convince us.
And we can submit your picks. We can just pop your video in and say, hey, this was our guest picker this week. Boom. Here's their video of their picks. We can do it that way. If you're off on whenever the day we choose to record.
Which is Thursdays for the time being.
We can call you and I can Bluetooth you into the board. And you can make your picks. But yeah, next week we are looking for a guest celebrity picker for our games of the week next week.
Yep.
So
I like it. And so I don't really think there are going to be any stipulations or boundaries to that. Yep. Just a lot of you guys have expressed your want to be on the pod. And so I guess we'll just decide if we wanted it to be like a video recording or actually I think maybe just being on the call would be better. And if you guys wanted to, when we do the weekly trash talk, you guys submit videos. You know, just little clips of you talking smack.
Yeah, a little 10-second
a little 10-second clip or whatever. Throw those in. We mix it up. And if you guys have any ideas, as we say every podcast,
please send them our way.
Send them our way.
Shay will be out this week. I'm
out this weekend.
Please do not be on top of my head about picks last week. Please don't do it. Yeah. So from the Pod Boys with love,
Have a good week, y'all. Yep. All out. Yep. See y'all later. Appreciate you watching.